I'm Barry Benjamin. This is Sustainable Life. I'm here with Jack Sheely in the Western Everglades to find out about ecotourism and how you do it. Jack, tell me a little bit about what you do that's sustainable.
My company, Everglades Adventure Tours, we offer tours here in the national parks, preserves, and state parks, and we practice sustainable ecotourism. And sustainable ecotourism is an industry that's dedicated to not impacting the environment, but enhancing the culture, the local culture of places, and providing jobs for the local people in the area. And ecotourism, helps promote the political empowerment of the local communities and also involves them directly with their environment and offers low-impact opportunities for folks to come down and experience the Everglades with minimal impacts to its vast but fragile ecosystem.
Tell me a little bit about the people that used to live here and how they used to travel around.
Well, years ago, the first settlers down through here were the Calusa and the Tequesta Indians. The Calusas were on the west coast, and the Tequestas were on the east coast. And in later years, you had the Seminole and the Miccosukee tribes. But all the indigenous cultures here, they used to pole cypress canoes through the marshes here and through the grasses. It's one of the most effective ways because of the shallow water. It's very hard to paddle through the grass. So they would use push poles and propel these canoes through the Everglades. And in later years, going into the early 1900s, the Gladesman culture used these boats to navigate, hunt, and fish the shallow marshes of the Glades and of the Everglades National Parks. And, some of the families that live down in the 10,000 Islands, they would have to pull 70 miles to go get dry goods from the Smallwood store years ago, and that was just how they got around.
And so what kind of animals can you expect to see out here in the Everglades?
Commonly on our tours we see a variety of wading birds. We also see a lot of times we'll see alligators out here. Occasionally we see white-tailed deer, raccoons. But the Everglades has an abundance of wildlife. But one of the reasons you won't always find it here is because of the dense habitat. You'll notice we have a lot of mangrove trees, cypress swamps. There's actually 5 habitats that are found throughout a lot of these areas, and the animals will stay out in the vastness of the glades rather than right by the roads and canals during the summer months. However, during the winter time, when you start to get your seasonal drying, everything congregates to scarce water sources. So during the winter months, which is usually our busy tourist season, it's really one of the best times to come down here and see wildlife.
How important is ecotourism to the community?
Ecotourism is very important here because the main industry that we have here, we have airboats, we also have the commercial fishing industry here, but ecotourism is a way that people can experience the parks with low impact, and the ecotourism opportunities that are offered here are the canoes, kayaks, and then this pole boating is a new type of ecotourism or new type of sustainable industry that we're hoping in time will start to grow here in the area.
Jack, tell us a little bit about where we're at and what we see here.
We're in the Big Cypress Swamp region of the Western Everglades, and this area that we're going through here is the transition zone. This area you start to see the characteristics of a saltwater habitat coming out of the freshwater marshes of the Fakahatchee. The Fakahatchee is the bromeliad capital of the United States. It's the orchid capital of the United States. Historically, there's 45 species of orchids that have been found here. There's also 26 species of bromeliads that are found through this area. There's some you can probably see over here in the trees. These plants are non-parasitic. They'll grow on these buttonwood trees, and you commonly find them in these areas because the hammocks are somewhat shaded out through here, and we'll do our best to get some footage of them there. But this area is really important to the ecosystem. The mangrove forest that's left here in the state of Florida is only about half of what was here originally because of development. So it's good that there's surrounding parks near this area that protect these ecosystems from development and people destroying all this, because everything relies on these mangroves. Poling is the way that everybody used to get around out here in the grass. A lot of the pioneer families used to pole through the 10,000 Islands and out here through the marshes to hunt in the early 1900s. All of this was pioneered by the Indians. This area is all part of a floodplain. The south side of the Tamiami Trail, during the summer months, you get about 3 feet of water annually. We have 72 inches of rainfall, and about 75% of that's during the summertime. So we're regulated by a rainy season and a dry season here. And our company offers tours that kind of change with the balance of nature to take people out where they have a better chance of seeing wildlife. But as the water goes down, we move the tour operation so we don't leave any trails out in the marsh. So that's one way that we try to practice sustainable tourism. During the summertime, during the high water, a lot of different species of fish will come in and spawn inland, lay eggs around the roots of the mangrove trees, and the juvenile fish and also the small fry, they'll stay around the roots of these trees. It's a natural marine estuary. There's a variety of crustaceans you find through here, small shrimp, also small blue crabs will come through here. And the birds also use these trees to nest and roost in the evening. They can stay sheltered from the wind. Even during the storms of the summer, we get high winds out here.
Jack, tell me a little bit about how it feels out here and how you've noticed the people that you take out here, how they end up feeling.
Well, you know, I really enjoy showing people around my home. You know, my family's lived out here in the preserve since the late 1800s and settled out towards Ochopee in the early 1950s. Which is Ochopee is located in the Big Cypress here, and to just be able to share this with folks, you know, a lot of times we come out, occasionally you won't see wildlife, but the experience of being out in the Everglades in this vast wilderness is really unique. And one thing about these boats is that everybody's in the boat together here. You know, we can only carry 2 folks in each pole boat, plus there's a skipper that will propel the boat, similar to a gondolier. It's a unique opportunity to offer environmental interpretation to the people in the boat. You're at really close range with them, and it's a personalized experience. A lot of the other tourist opportunities available around here are mainly for groups, for families, but if you come down and you're looking to do something a little more private, this is ideal because it's just it's low end, it's a green way to travel down here, and it's really one of the best ways to get out into the glades.
Have you noticed a difference in their attitude after they come back from a trip with you?
Every time. A lot of people, you know, a lot of folks, I know that we have a good product that we market here, our tours, because, you know, I get a lot of emails from folks, a lot of photos, and even memory sticks. You know, they want to give me the pictures off of their cameras, you know, to show to other people about the experience that they had on their tours. But it's a very calming and relaxing feeling. I'm sure that, you know, you'll notice when you get back in. You know, one guy said if you had low blood pressure, you'd probably pass out if you came out here, because it's very, very calming to be out here in these you know, basically pristine areas. One thing that's nice about the Big Cypress Swamp, the eastern part of the Everglades relies a lot on waters from Lake Okeechobee, but out here through the Big Cypress Swamp region, these areas are rain driven, so we're actually in pretty good shape. And that's one thing that's nice about preserving this area, is that it's not that bad off, and it's a lot easier to save something before it's destroyed. So this is a great spot, and all the national parks and preserves and state parks and preserves have done a really great job protecting this area, and so for future enjoyment.
Tell me a little bit about how someone would get in touch with you, and if they wanted to actually come out here and enjoy this.
Well, our company is Everglades Adventure Tours. We're located in Ochopee. We're actually the only eco-tour operator located in the Big Cypress Preserve. The best way to get a hold of us is through our website, which is evergladesadventuretours.com. And we offer the guided pole boat eco tours, and we also offer guided hiking trips and camping excursions out into the 10,000 islands. And it's evergladesadventuretours.com.